Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. My name is Jenny Jaguar and you are now in the Jaguar's Den. Now, this space is dedicated to anyone on a path of intuitive awakening, deep healing, and overcoming karmic or toxic cycles that seem damn near impossible to break free from. I am so excited to get into the reading today, okay? Because we are doing a shadow work reading spread, and this is specifically bonus spreads for my water and earth signs. Okay, I'm only gonna do that for this week. Yeah, I don't know, I'll probably do the other signs next week, so I'll just keep you updated. This is just a bonus. If I like the way it goes, if y'all like the way it goes, let me know. All right, we can work on this together. We are building this community together, okay? So first and foremost, I'm going to start off with a reading from the shadow deck, and then I'm going to clarify and how these issues are showing up in your relationships as well as your career. And I'm going to close it off with some spiritual messages from spirit and advice on how to move forward in those to break those roadblocks. All right, so first up we have Pisces. Okay, yes, that is start with the last. All right, so here we go. I had already cleansed the decks before I got started, and I tested out this reading on me, and baby, I was kind of pleased with it. So hopefully as we journey on this healing journey together, healing path together, I can see your growth, or you can go through these readings and actually see your growth and progress. But you know, as the channel grows, could probably, I don't know, other energies will come in. All right, so for my Pisces collective, what issues are my Pisces collective currently dealing with? What issues is my Pisces collective currently being asked to heal from? I think that's a better question. Spirit, what issues are my Pisces collective currently asked to be healed from? 3. Ooh. It said you get 4. Ooh. Pisces, do you have, okay, so one of the overarching issues that all of these may deal with could be due to betrayal, broken trust, anger, or heartbreak. Okay. So Pisces, one thing you may do, you may find yourself lashing out of anger, deflection, or using emotional armor. So whenever somebody tries to make you say, hey, my feelings hurt, or hey, like, this makes me feel like this, or how do you feel about that? You may lash out, you may deflect, or make up other excuses, or try to flip the script to put it back on them. Emotional armor, so you may say things, you may not like showing your emotions to people. All right. Another issue that your current life is asking you to heal right now is the issue of fixing isn't healing. And this includes boundaries, self-focus, and release. So maybe you find yourself constantly trying to fix people, seeing people who are help. Maybe you're one of those people that has like a lot of mentors or mentees, like, you know what, let me just help somebody. You know, if I can't help myself, I think there's something in the Bible. It's like, if I can't help myself, let me just go help somebody else. Let me be a blessing to somebody else's life. Okay, but sometimes, like, you need to allow people the chance to fix their own problems. Okay, now another thing you could be dealing with is a fear of intimacy It says vulnerability, exposure, fear of connection, which can go hand in hand with the lashing out, anger, or deflection. Because if you have somebody that actually makes you feel in your emotions, maybe like if somebody tries to tell you how something you did hurt your feelings, you will pull back. Or if you like somebody too much, or you're afraid of being vulnerable, or if you maybe want to say you want to get back, you broke up with somebody, you want to get back with them. Maybe instead of just saying, hey, I can't stop thinking about you, I really want to try to work things out, you pull away, and maybe you'll go find another relationship to pull into. And maybe you stop relationships before they get too serious. You know, you like the puppy dog phase, the first phases of a relationship, but when they start like asking to meet family, move in together, then it's like, I don't think this is going to work. But maybe you find which is kind of weird, because you find, and this is how, and you probably have this runner chaser dynamic, because you tend to fall for people that need fixing. So you probably like the people, the men or the women who look up to you, see you as their savior, like, oh my gosh, like, you're amazing, like you helped me through this, or this and that, or you helped me realize this about me, and you like the way that feeling feels. Yeah. And you use that to override your feelings of getting intimate with people. It's like, well, I'm not intimate with people, but at least people know I'm a good person. I do good things. So if anything happens in a relationship, or they say that I push blame, or I'm a bad guy in a relationship, they can't say anything bad about me. Anybody in my circle who knows me can't really say anything bad about me, because they will know that that's not my character. That could probably be it. Now, this came in reverse: healing bypass, impatience, spiritual bypass, quick fix. So maybe this came in reverse because you don't try to fix it at all. Maybe you just suppress it. Let's see. Major, court, upright, minor, con, reverse. That's what's supposed to be upright. All right, so anywho, Empress, since this card came out, I don't know. Maybe this is stopping you from your abundance, Pisces. Let's see. How is this showing up in your relationships? How are these issues showing up in my Pisces relationships? Take time to rest and relax. How is this showing up in my Pisces relationships? You're the peanut butter to my jelly. Well, that doesn't sound fun. Oh, regret, sadness, guilt, and Ice Queen. Oh, so the people that you really... So how this is showing up in your relationships is that, romantic relationships, is that you tend to take a step back away from people that you feel really connected to, and then you end up feeling regret or sadness or guilt because they are now ice queens and they pushed you away. Maybe you have an issue with being rejected or abandoned as a child, and internally you keep thinking of yourself like, I'm a bad person, I did a bad thing, my parents said this and that to me, or my caretaker said XYZ to me. I don't know, whatever happened, but you internalized it, and you have that resistance because every time you feel that love or connection towards somebody, you get afraid because it's like, when will they finally see me and they see that something is wrong with me? Because whatever happened in your youth or whatever in the past made you believe that you're a bad person, but you're not. Like, you have to go through, and I don't know, it because I could tell you how, but it varies from person to person. So it also depends on your level of being able to address it. So moving right along, if you need help, okay, and it's like, I don't know, let's just keep going. I don't know, like, I am a life coach, but you know if you need therapy, okay? But I do have a blog that will let you know like the difference between a life coach and therapy, and how my personal type of coaching differs from those. So I don't know. I'll put that in the description box. All right, so how is this showing up for my Pisces in their career? And 3 cards. Okay. Indecision is one way it could probably show up in your career. We have profit. You probably don't welcome abundance into your life. So this one says profit, welcome abundance into your life. Create a strong relationship with money. Rejoice in the opportunities and experiences it brings. Maybe you have a bad relationship with money. Maybe you don't have, because it's the bow, maybe you don't have a good appreciation for money. I don't know. Take whatever resonates. On here it says diversify. Build the know, like, trust factor with your audience. Be ubiquitous in your niche by sharing your content on diverse platforms. So maybe you're afraid of sharing because you're not vulnerable, okay? So if you're an entrepreneur, if you do YouTube or have an online media presence, maybe you just stay stuck to your one platform and it's not really growing the way you want to, and you could probably do good just like cross promoting. And maybe you don't have, so maybe if you have like a YouTube channel, instead of just taking the entire YouTube video, if you do long form, you can just take snippets of it and then post it on maybe your Facebook page, your Instagram or TikTok, and then have people funnel to your YouTube page and do that way, okay? Not your main audience, your ideal audience isn't always where you are, okay? You got to start thinking in their mindset. Now, this other one, the next one says muse. Take time away from the daily hustle. Give yourself quiet time and nature to muse. Create space for your creativity and fresh ideas will flow. And I think it's funny how I think these came out this way. Oh my goodness. Huh. Okay. So maybe you spend, seeing how these are all linked up. Maybe you spend, maybe on YouTube, maybe you're super, okay, hold on, wait, let me just, look, it's coming in. So since this is, since profit is under lashing out, it could be that you get angry with, you lash out with your money, or maybe you're always like complaining that you don't have enough. You spend, you're an emotional spender. So if you're having a bad day, you buy something. If you're having a good day, you buy something. You know, if you're feeling insecure, you buy a new outfit. You know, if you see somebody else buy something to signify that they're leveling up in their business, then you buy something else. Okay. Now, fear of intimacy. Yeah, that could be the diversify issue with you. So maybe if you have a YouTube channel, you are afraid of showing the deep parts of yourself on the other channels because maybe you have a smaller audience on YouTube, or it's not even a small audience. Maybe you have a big audience on YouTube, but you know that your friends and family don't follow you on YouTube. And so it's just like, I don't want to share. But there may be some friends or some people who you are connected to or who can find you easily on those platforms that can funnel that can find you on YouTube a lot better. Because maybe your ideal person is on Instagram looking up toxic memes, and you are on YouTube telling them how to navigate toxic situations in their relationships. I don't know. All right. So healing bypass, impatient spiritual bypass, quick fix. It says start that book you always wanted to write, get your message out, and touch people's lives. So this could be procrastinating, you not even starting because it's like, I want the finished product now. Yeah, so just start. And card at the bottom of the deck says decide, confused by too many choices. And it says decide the best course of action and pursue income generating activities in your business, okay? Or career if you don't have a business. Now, if you have a 9-to-5 and a side hustle, take whatever resonates, all right? Now, that is it. I am going to close this out with a couple of, so that's the first half. That's the first, I don't know why I keep doing half and half. Okay, so that's the first half. Second half, I am going to use this clarifying life situations to ask for advice. Oh, Jesus. In this situation. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What, did I say that all these issues could be dealing with the betrayal or you not wanting to experience the pain of betrayal, Pisces? Okay, anywho, any advice on how to help my Pisces heal from these issues? I think if I wanted to do these for everybody, I could do the same spirit, but if I wanted to go deeper and do a bonus for those, for everybody, for my water and earth signs, I could do a spread to figure out what specifically could be going on in your life right now. Let's do one more card. All right, so Now, advice for you to clarify this life situations. Let's see. First one says desert of isolation. Says traverse the desolate spaces of solitude to uncover reflections and resilient survival. What are you, like a loner? You like being alone? Harbor of peace. Find serene refuge in the peaceful embrace of a gentle harbor, allowing tranquility to still your waters. Whatever that means. This can be going to a park, meditating, going out to a lake, going hiking, whatever your refuge is, even if it's just going to a corner in your room with a blanket, okay? Even if it's just sitting in your core, okay? Do what you gotta do to find your peace. And then the last one says quiet moments. Seek solace in the silence where clarity finds its true voice. Yeah, so I think divine is just telling you to, and then it also says divine timing. Be patient, for some things take time to manifest fully in your life. So I'm not going to give any suggestions from that card at the bottom of the deck. I'm just going to take that as, if you sit in silence, the divine is going to show you how to heal. Because there are two different ways to heal from my experience. One, you can consciously choose, okay, this triggered me. Let me go and heal from this. Or, yeah, I know I have a bad habit. Let me do some cognitive behavioral therapy to pinpoint where this habit started, to change my beliefs around this thought. Another way is when you allow your intuition, because this is what I was doing in my business. It was like one day around time when I was transitioning from California back to Mississippi, and it was like a dry period in my business, and I was literally doing everything to make things work, and nothing was working. And so one of the things I realized was I had to rework my thought process within me. And it had nothing to do with what I was doing. It had everything to do with who I thought I was. And so once I changed my mindset, once I stopped, got quiet, and literally just like found peace and moved from there and went forward, then I was able to figure out how to move forward, and abundance came. And it's also like having to know which relationships to let go, which ones to strengthen, all the other stuff. Okay, now let's see what could be going on for my Pisces in their relationships right now that could be triggering these issues. What could be going on in my Pisces relationships right now that could be triggering these issues? Right. Ooh. Well, maybe, oh, it says blocked, full moon movement, emotions high, release, realization, days, weeks, and lesson learned. So maybe you're currently blocked, Pisces, and you're just like anxious, like, oh. And maybe it says April 15th. So maybe something in April, or maybe in 15 days or 15 weeks, sometime in the future, when you just allow yourself to move forward, you'll realize like, hey, maybe put yourself in the other person's perspective. It's like, hey, this person did tell me XYZ. I did XYZ. They did XYZ. So I can't really be mad if they did XYZ. Okay? So it's like, take it on the chin, you know? Sometimes you gotta take that L so you can move forward and be smart. And that's another way you fix your karma. Because and even if you can just figure out, you can just reach out to the person and just say, hey, I am coming to the realization XYZ. I did XYZ when I should have done ABC. Okay? And even just that apology, that acknowledgement can do a lot of good. Okay? For you karmically. That's like righting your wrongs. You do that, you won't have to fuck up later, okay? All right, yeah. Pisces, we're gonna end it with a couple of messages. Hold on. How might this be showing up in my Pisces career? How might these issues might be showing up in my Pisces career? Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, North Node, Pisces. Death. Can you tell me more about how this is showing up? And maybe this is a no. I'm gonna take that as a no. Okay, out of all those cards, only a death came. I'm gonna take that as a no. Okay, you figure out how that is affecting your career. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Nay. All right, so any more advice as it pertains to my Pisces collective in doing the shadow work to heal these issues that's holding them back? Anything else? Spirit? I'm not reading all that. Anything else? One more. I think it said analysis paralysis in the back. Okay, so healing is at the bottom of the deck. We have let it go. It says you're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. Yeah, that was at the bottom of the deck, I think, for you. Wasn't it? Hold on. I'm gonna have to keep these on. Dang nabbit. Betrayal. Who betrayed? Who hurt you, Pisces? And I'm not saying it in a joking way. Hopefully you take that as a joking way. No, you need to take that as a joking way. Because you're holding on to it so bad. It's affecting areas of your life, okay? It's a whole new year. We don't need to go through this no more, okay? So whatever person broke your trust, gave you anger, heartbreak, use that as a lesson. Go back in your head. Shadow work is when you go back into that time where you like replay that scenario and you do it from an objective standpoint, okay? And you sit there with the uncomfortable feelings until you are able to lift your head up energetically in that space and look around and see what's going on and see how you can change your perspective about the situation, okay? Okay. Whew. All right, so I don't know who hurt you, but you learn what you need to learn. All right, it says you're being asked to, it's hurting you and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. Now, the next one says jump in. You're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never all align in just the right way. sometimes you have to take the leap anyway. This is that time. So isn't I saying something about analysis paralysis or procrastinating and how it affects your career? Jump in, boo. Now, the next one says resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. And I believe that's another reason why this death card came out. Now, I don't know. You may be dealing with the King of Wands, or you may be an attractive male or have fire in your chart. But that betrayal, I don't know. Just learn from it. Yeah, that's so cute. It's like shadow work. It's like Ten of Swords, the Tower. That's the issue. That's the betrayal. And you're being asked to go back to it. And the main reason why it hurts is because that person was your friend. You had love for that person. You were close to that person. You could let your guard down around that person, okay? And I don't know, over time, maybe things got wonky. And maybe you weren't focusing because your guard was down and the person took action. And maybe it was a woman. And remember how it was the King of Wands that was first? Your counterpart. It was somebody that you thought was your equal. It was supposed to be your ace boo coon. Left your ass out in the cold and maybe took the baby with you. God darn it. And then it just changed your mind about everything. And now you don't know what the hell to do. But baby, it's time to release those burdens. Okay? It's time to release those burdens. And go on to be successful and abundant. And plan the rest of your life using your intuition and staying balanced so you can find that wonderful relationship, okay? Because the King of Wands is nice, but everybody wants to be an emperor. And what? Clock that shit. So, and you have to shine light. This is a sun card on your shadow, okay? And go deep within it. I'm sorry, but this is so fucking cool. All right, so that is going to be it. Let me end this with a spiritual message. All right. Any spiritual messages for our Pisces collective? Now, if anything in this shadow reading has triggered you, because a hit dog will holler, okay? Good. Allow yourself to be triggered because this is how you grow. I am supposed to trigger you so you can feel those feelings, so you can capture those feelings and remember where they stemmed from, okay? This is how you find them. This is how you alchemize, okay? This is stress alchemy, okay? This is what I do. If you don't know what stress alchemy is, I will leave a link in the description box to go check out my other page, Jenny Jaguar TSP, because I have a lot of videos that talks about not only stress alchemy, but just emotional healing and growing and being the best self, okay? Mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now, final messages for my Pisces collective. First one says, no matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this, okay? Next one says, you are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. Now, last one says, learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself, what is to be gained by depleting your energy and fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. Now, lastly, card at the bottom of the deck says, accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly, so be ready. All right, Pisces, this is it for your shadow work reading. I hope this wasn't too hard on you. Let me know in the comments how you liked it. How often would you want this? Would you want this weekly, monthly? I don't know. Keep me updated and let's grow together. All right, so I'll talk to you later.